Would this contraption just open up? I need to get my paw out. Almost. How am I supposed to get home? This chain is keeping me here. What I would do to get out of this... Wait, what's that? Oh, that's the rabbit witch. The werewolf's friend. He's a good human. Maybe he'll help me. Then again, he might know how many rabbits I've eaten. He might see me stuck with my paw in this trap and take the chance to avenge them. Oh. Well, Fuster, this might be the end of the line. I have a bad feeling I'm not going to make it home again. Here it comes. Hello, mister. Oh, please don't come close. Oh, this is scary. Yes, I just spoke to you. I thought that would be okay. I've never met the Witch of the Forest before, so I didn't know my manners. If you want, I'll be quiet. What? Oh, yes. That's right, you are dreaming, and I am your spirit guide. Would you be so helpful as to free your spirit guide, and in doing so, free your mind? But of course you're dreaming. How else are we talking? Oh, you can read. That's how you know you're awake. Very shrewd. You've passed my first test. Aren't you so clever? Your second test is to remove this object from my paw. Right. Now that I think more about it, you don't need a spirit guide. I'm sorry, I'm imposing on your stroll. I could be out of your hair if you would be so kind as to open up this trap around my paw. This one, right here. Unless you're okay with me being stuck here until someone comes around and turns me into a hat. If you help me, I'll remember the favor, and I'll think twice about devouring a rabbit. Not to say I have, I'm not saying that. There are plenty of other ways for me to sustain myself. I don't know if I was out of line just now, but my paw is not getting any better while you stare at me. I promise you, I am not just some hallucination. I'm a real fox. That's a real trap hurting my actual paw. And I'm really talking to you. I can help you make sense of this. Please, just don't keep me hostage like this. You can be merciful, can't you? Even to one such as I. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Get it in there. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful for your help. Oh, it feels better already. A little bit better. But don't worry. You won't go unrewarded. I will tell the others about your kindness. I will make sure everyone knows about the merciful, good witch. Yes, you, witch. Who else would I be referring to? I can see you're very busy, and I'll just be on my way. Ah, yes, I did offer you an explanation, didn't I? Thank you for reminding me. I can be so forgetful sometimes. Could I please... I know I'm already in your debt, but could I please get you to heal my paw? It's still really sore. It's better, but it's still really sore. Oh, no, I'm not talking about first aid. And the term talking fox is a little redundant. We all talk. You're just a listening rabbit. Well, yes and no. I've only seen you in this physical form that you're in right now, but your ghost is a rabbit. Yes, your ghost, your spirit, soul, the thing that's moving your meat shape around. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to stress you out. I was just surprised that this seems to be all new information for you. Okay. I'll try not to be offended. After all, that's a fair notion. I am a fox, so hustling would be well within my natural talent range. I'm not hustling you. Well, you know this because a smart hustler will not try to scam someone who can get revenge. You could do that. You could say it's outside of the business model. Think about this. Either I acquired a human contraption, one that is designed for my species, pounded a stake into the earth so deep that I couldn't free myself, and then placed my paw inside on the off chance that a natural enemy might help me out. Or maybe this is your first time hearing one of us talk and you don't know what to expect. Okay, I get that this might be a little much for a human to take in all at once. I can ask around and see if there's anyone a little bit more knowledgeable to explain it all to you. But if you'd like to continue talking, can we take our conversation someplace more comfortable? Maybe not near the trap? I agree, it shouldn't be here, but now that it is, maybe we ought to be elsewhere. Thank you. I will lead the way. So you don't think your friend is any danger to us? Well, that's great to hear. I don't think the others are going to believe me, though. You should imprint that on me so they know it's you saying it. Oh, right. You don't know how to do that. I wish I could explain it, but I don't know either. I just thought you knew because you're a human. Sure, ask me anything. Well, this is more of a finer point, but I have been talking my whole life, just like all the other creatures here. The important part is your listening. Dumb luck, I guess. That's the only reason I can think of for this being the first time you heard one of us. Now, why is it that you've only started listening? Why haven't you done that your entire life? Oh, that's fine. Eventually, you'll get a feel for it. By the way, I hope I'm not keeping you from something. Oh. I guess you weren't expecting to do a rescue. It says a lot that you would just casually save me like that. A real good Samaritan situation. Yes, I'm aware. I'm going back to my den. You can come if you want. I can show you around if you like. Meet the neighbors and all that. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I wouldn't want you to do a favor that you don't want me to do. After all, you did more for me than a fox can ever ask a rabbit. You know where you're going? Oh. Well. So the rumors are true. I grew up in these woods too. So that's something we have in common. You know, there are people in the woods that tell stories about you even to this day. We are very gossipy. We talk a lot about the goings-on of the human population. You more than ever since you brought that werewolf here. That really got our attention. It must have been a big event for you. There were lots of fireworks whizzing and popping and booming. Of course I was here when that happened. We all were. We were all kind of in awe. There was an emergence of a spirit, one that we could come to know. Can I bargain with you? I'll tell you anything I know if you heal me up. I understand it's not much of an offer, but would you accept it anyway? Oh. I was sure that you would know, being a witch and all. Now, what on earth is a werebunny? No. You are mistaken. There's no such thing. I have no explanation for that, but you are carrying the infection that the werewolves have. You are not like your werewolf friend. You can see the horror on him. It's chittering, pulsing, latched onto his spirit and digging his tendrils in like screws. You don't have that on you, thank goodness. Think about it. If you're not a witch, then how are we talking? Listen, I would be very happy to garner some favor with you. I could certainly use it. I'll tell you everything I know about the magic I'm talking about, and maybe later down the road, you will know how to heal someone in a similar situation that I'm in. What do you say? Do you have a minute? Wonderful. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Fuster, and I belong to the Barrow family line. It's the biggest family in the forest. I'm a bit of a black sheep. I'm more crass and vulgar than the rest of the family. They wouldn't bring up the werewolf like I did because they don't want to be reminded of the curse. I think that's a bit counterproductive. How are you supposed to solve a problem if you can't talk about it? Since you helped me in my time of great need today, it would be custom for me to bestow on you a blessing. My blessing. You might not want that, though, not from a black sheep. Other creatures who can talk to you could then see that blessing on you and understand it on sight of you. They wouldn't have to talk to me, they wouldn't have to hear it from the grapevine, they'd just see it and know. Alternatively, one of us could also, and this is going to sound terrible, and yes, it's very bad, but one of us could bestow upon you a bad blessing and damage your reputation. That's really the deciding factor in whether or not you can perform magic. Because you have to remember, everything that a witch does is by the consent and the help of those of us who have power. I mean, yes, I do have power, but it's unfriendly to the rest of the forest. So I'm only really allowed to exist here if I never use it. So, yes and no. You might be a little better off if you just let me tell everyone about your kindness. Because a blessing from me might put you at odds against them. Just because I'm a member of the largest family here doesn't mean I have a high status. Though I'm pretty sure they would still be unhappy with the person who placed the trap there. Oh, I wish it was because of kinship, but it's not quite like that. Our social structure is pretty internal. They wouldn't be mad that my paw was hurt. They would be mad that an outsider did it. It's the idea that those who know us best are the most informed about how we should be treated. Take you, for example. Yes, you. You have the blessing of a witch. Someone with that reputation, you're going to want to be in their good graces. Because see, now the forest likes you. That's why when your dog spoke to us, and he said you needed something for your friend's health, the ground offered up the best herbs you needed, even though it was out of season. They couldn't wait to help you out. Jumped at the opportunity. Beats me, I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe they have faith that you'll be out here in the future. Maybe you're everything the stories say you are. They might have just known you and your friend are having a bad time and wanted to console you. It could be any reason. The spirits out here are as individual as humans are. That's why you really can't get a taste for how things are just from me. Oh, here we are. Den, sweet den. I would invite you inside, but it's a little small for you. Feel free to visit if you ever feel like it. You should see if anyone else will talk to you. Just maybe take their opinion of me with a grain of salt. I'm just going to rest here and have my body recover from the trap. Just keep listening. It wouldn't hurt for you to be in your rabbit form too. You're absolutely sure you want my blessing? I really think you have to think this over. You should consider the consequences. It's not that easy. I don't have to affect you personally to have this affect you negatively. Well, all right. If it means that you're going to call us square, if it means that we're going to consider ourselves even to each other, then I'll be happy to do it, since you asked so nicely. Okay. I'm just going to look at you. I'm just going to take Take my aura. Yeah, that's how you do it. Gosh, you really are new. We have to find you a teacher. This will not do. Okay, here we go. Taking my aura. Putting my memory into it. What's your name? It's helpful. Emmett. Okay. Emmett, I bestow my blessing unto you like linen cloth, for your generosity and kindness, and for also teaching me that seeming enemies can be friends. I promise to consider your kindness in the future, and it is with this blessing that I hope others will as well. There you are. You might not feel different, but we can see it on you. That soul that you have anchored to your body, it displays a lot about your character, and a lot of it is good. Dare I say, I'm rather optimistic about how things will go in the future. If you don't mind, I'm going to rest my paw now. It's worth a shot. Next time you're out and about, make sure you bring your dog, your familiar, out with you. He can act as a bit of an interpreter for a lot of the things that we're talking about. Hi, this is Grunge Panzer. I hope you liked my audio. If you did, consider giving it a like. If you didn't, I'm open to notes. My super thanks is open. If you really liked it, you can provide me with some support, which pays for things like recording equipment and thumbnail artwork and guest voices. If you decide to leave a super thanks comment, it's a guaranteed reply from me, so it's a pretty good avenue to ask questions or just have a prominent location for your comment on the thread. Thank you, and look forward to more content.